want to take this time to thank everybody for their support of myself, Mark, and the music and mental health movement. Please take this time to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified of when I drop some more great content. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to my two channels, because this is posted on both my channels today, my music and mental health channel and my mindful reality channel. So for those who don't know, this is my annual birthday Q&A uh, video. So I've been doing this is my third year doing so. I did this in October of 2022, 2023, and today is 2024, October 1, 2024. I think I've actually done it on October 1 every year just to clear up some confusion. October 1st is not my birthday. October 2nd is my birthday, which in my time zone is in about less than an hour. I'm seeing 11:02, so like 58 minutes. So the purpose of these, I could have actually made this on 10/2, especially because 10/2 is Wednesday this year, and there is a Big Brother episode. But this has nothing to do with Big Brother. Not to say that I will not answer any Big Brother questions, but somebody gave me this suggestion 2 years ago to make a video where I connect with the viewers and answer questions that are mostly, hopefully, unrelated to Big Brother about my life. And within reason, I hope to give you those answers. So that said, I'm going to jump into the comment section. Where are we with the comment section? Okay. Hey, Martino. Uh, um, okay, D is not here, but D left a comment here. So, hi, D. Appreciate you. Since I won't be awake, I want to wish you a happy birthday. May all your wishes come true. I wish for $1 million so that I can quit my job tomorrow. That's what I wish for. Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate that. Happy birthday, Mark. Congrats, and may the year ahead bring you everything you want. I want $2 million. Hello, Mark, and happy birthday. Hope you have a great birthday. Thank you, Marshall. Appreciate it. Prediction: Rabina wins Final Four. I would hate that more than anything. Like if MJ took her out, I'd be like, you know what? Even though I think Chelsea has played a better game, you know what I mean? At least MJ has something on her resume. Rabina, I would be like, the one thing on your resume is that? That would be crazy. Hey, Cass, thank you. Happy birthday, bestie. I'm now Cass's bestie after, only after I got that video with Tucker. That's all it takes is bribery. All right. Now I'm waiting for some questions, by the way. Thank you, Tammy. Hi, Tasha. Cass and Marshall in the house. Is it? Funny thing about Champion, if you lived long enough, back in the day, everybody got Champion. I mean, the people who had Champion, like myself, were people who didn't have money. So I remember I would go to school in Champion clothing and get made fun of because people were wearing their Nikes, their Adidas, their Reebok, the things that were popular at that time. And Champion was like, it has a name, but it's not like a recognized, status symbol to be wearing Champion. And then I remember when Champions had this like rebrand, It's not even a rebrand. This looks the same as something that I would wear in 1990. So I remember I went into a store. I went into what's the name of that store? It's closed now. Olympia Sports or something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember the name, but I went into some store and saw like one of these type of hoodies for like 75 to $80 and a pair of Champion sweatpants, which is just the regular sweatpants with this Champion logo going down like the right side of your leg, like how I used to have them back in the day for a $20 set at Zellers for anyone who knows um Canadian stores, which a lot of you probably don't, but Zellers is basically like Walmart. Used to be the Walmart brand. Thank you. Yeah. Got my birthday hat. All right. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you, Colleen. What concert were you gonna go to? She said at least I can hang out with y'all. Yeah, sorry your cancel concert was canceled, but at least you can hang out here. Thank you, Palaver girl. Actually, my day is fairly open. I decided to do something I haven't done in a while though to start the day because Wednesday is most people's, work days. I just took the day off. I sometimes don't take the day off on my birthday, but I did this year. And I'm gonna go to the Tamron Hall show. Y'all know I used to do that religiously when I had the time. I was going to those shows like 2, 3 days a week. Not that specific one, but just different shows in the city. I actually finally got approved for a ticket to the Kelly Clarkson show, which I have not been to before, but unfortunately, the show is like 5 p.m. and I'll be finished with the Tamron Hall show by 12. So I don't see myself staying in the city for like 5 hours. And I would have spent the entire day in the city. It's not really a problem, but I have to leave on Thursday, so I have things to do at home. So I can only be out there for so long. But I'm gonna be in the city from early. I'm gonna be tired, honestly, because I'm here right now instead of sleeping. That was the only question I've received so far, by the way. Uh, hey, Charicity, thank you. Mm, have I always enjoyed my birthdays growing up? My birthdays were very simple things growing up. My birthdays were the pizza party. You wouldn't know anything about this, Cass, but for those who are a little older, I had those memes that you see online. I'm trying to break this down into Gen Z. Those memes you see of everyone sitting in the basement with the little box TV and the Nintendo system and then like the pizza boxes. That was basically my parties in my childhood. A few friends coming over, pizza party, a cake, and Nintendo, and like a VHS tape. So like it was. I enjoyed my birthdays, but they were not. Some people had these crazy birth. I remember going to my friends' houses, or like, oh, we're gonna rent out a section of a theme park, or we're gonna go to the McDonald's play place party. I never did that. The party was the same. Y'all come to our house and we eat pizza and we watch a VHS tape and we play video games. That was every party. So some people are like, "Oh, when my birthday comes, it's my birthday month. I have to have 10 parties." I would love to have 10 parties, but nobody throws them for me. So my day just comes and goes. People tell me happy birthday. I get a call from my grandma sometimes a couple of aunts, cousins, a few friends, and that's it. It's only recently that I'm like, let me figure out things that I will enjoy on the day and just treat myself to those things. That's really what happens at this point. Really, I would just sit down and do nothing on my birthday, but the thing about it is you only live once, you only get one day a year where you can stop and just celebrate yourself, the things that you've accomplished, the person you are, the fact that you lived another 365. Not everybody can say that. There's a lot of things that can happen over the course of a year. And I'm thankful that actually that I got to this point of the year, January to October, unscathed. I'm not going to say nothing has happened, but I am going to say that um, y'all know last year was worse. Thank you, Mickey. Cake, 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 cake. How do you feel about the growth of the two channels from where they started now? To be honest with you, the channel hasn't grown. This channel, I mean, when I say this, they're both on right now. So I'll answer it separately. That's a good question. Music and mental health channel hasn't, it has grown a little bit since the first time it got monetized in 2022, if that's when the Big Brother 24 season was. Yeah, because it's once a year. 25 was last year, 24. It's grown. It's grown since then, but it's stagnated. In terms of this channel, most of the growth that happened on this channel happened last year. I mean, there has been an increase in engagement, channel engagement, as the season has gone on, as per what usually happens. But there's no growth that has matched the type of growth that I had during the season 24 season. And I don't know if it was just because of the perfect storm of having really interesting house guests, couple of showmances, big controversy that they showed on camera. There has never been anything that has equaled that kind of success. But I still feel successful in the fact that I have at least taken a moderate following and maintained them for a couple of years. But growth wise, I wish this channel did. I wish both channels had quite a bit more growth, to be honest with you. Um, I was returning home. Hi, Ma. Oh, 21 pilots. Oh, that means I'm super behind on the comments. Oh, I'm 6 minutes behind. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you, Lisa. What Canadian thing was I asking about? I don't think I was asking about a Canadian thing. I think I referenced Zellers and I said that most people here would not know what Zellers was. Um, okay, the first one what's Colleen just put in here, but the second one, oh, the second one is your question. Top three. I can't like all time questions are not good for me because I haven't seen all the seasons, but so female Big Brother players. I don't know. I'm gonna come back to that one. Female Big Brother. How did you find that, Charicity? I really want to. I'm so disappointed because for whatever reason, it's hard to get tickets to that show. I guess it's popular. I've never watched it. I mean, I've watched like some online clips, but I've never watched an entire episode. And I've been trying for months to get a ticket to that show. And then all of a sudden, I apply for tickets for that one, Steve Wilkos, Mark and Kelly, Tamron Hall, every single show. I applied for like 8 different shows to get in the audience, and all 8 of them accepted. And sometimes it's only like one or two. So I had to sit here and choose which one I wanted, which was hard. And I thought about, oh, well, let me go to a show that I haven't been to before, but then I'm like, you know what? Let me just go to the old tried and true. It used to be the Nick Cannon show when he was still here, but his show got canceled. And out of the remaining shows that I still attend, it would have been between Tamron Hall and Sherry Shepherd. So I like both, but I think I like Tamron Hall a little bit more than Sherry Shepherd. The streaming from both channels is so confusing. He's Gen Z shaming again. Gen Z created shaming, by the way. If we had that term when I was growing up, goodness, the amount of things I would be used on. D told us to ask you. Did D tell y'all to repeat the question 3 times? Uh, thank you for being a member for 11 months. You must have joined when I first got memberships available because it's October. So if I'm thinking of 11 months, I think last year is when I created this channel. So that you must be, if not the longest member, within the first couple weeks of me getting membership monetized. Week doing chores. Thank you, Edward. Marshall. All right, I'm trying. Man, I'm still 6 minutes behind. Okay, you can go on any channel you like. I went to a basement party once. That was my whole childhood was basement parties. They stopped the party because the girls were trying to dance. You know what happened? That's crazy. That story goes crazy, Cass. I was about to answer, but then I just looked at that question again. I'm like, what? How old were these girls? That's wild. I like having dinners, but I like if I was to if someone was to ask me what I would prefer, if you're like, let's go do an activity, I would prefer that to a dinner. Oh, appreciate that. If anyone is on here that has not followed my music and mental health channel, please follow my music and mental health channel, which this is also streaming from. Lonely, I am so lonely. I have nobody to call my own. Never mind about the question D. I used to celebrate. Never mind about the D question for sure. I used to celebrate my birthday month, but mainly because I'm a quality timer. I like the quality time. I like that to make people spend time with me. All right, older, the more you learned. Happy belated, Kira. Did you do anything from your birthday? For your birthday? Why did I say from? Um, yeah, the first one I still have to think about. The second one though, if you're talking strictly Big Brother, who would I like to? I mean, I met Mimi. I would like to meet. I'd like to meet Daniel Reyes. I'd like to meet season 16 Derek, and I would like to meet Dan Giesling. Those are people I would like to meet. I know, right, Lisa? Like, where were the parents? You had these no supervision parties, huh? I heard they're making a comeback. Somebody told me Zellers is making a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. By the way, y'all.
Shout out all my dogs at the crib. Shout out all my dogs at the crib. Shout out all my dogs at the crib.
I just had to shout out all my dogs at the crib before I continue the rest of these comments. that was the hard one because I could have gone to the Steve Wilkos show and I would have had a laugh. I have a fun time. When I first went to the Steve Wilkos show, I treated it so seriously, like I was coming to watch a real show. And then I realized you got to come in there with a mindset like you're watching a wrestling match because that's what it's like. It is, it is, it is super fake. And I got tickets to go there, but I guess what stopped me is a few things. Number one, it's over in Connecticut, so you have to drive to Connecticut, and then you have to stay there a minimum of about you get there, I think at about 8, and then you leave at 12. So it's one of the longer tapings of it. It's the longest taping of any of these shows that I go to. And I would go, but it's just that I'm not trying to spend like that big of a chunk of my day doing that. We didn't prepare questions. Give me a sec. If anyone was here when I first did this on my music and mental health my music and mental health channel, there were so many questions, and some of the questions were so wild that I had to just skip a big chunk of them. Thank you, Cindy. I'm asking Mark specifically for a specific reason that I cannot say on YouTube. Question: What hidden talent? I don't think I really have any hidden talents that my YouTube page. There's things that my people that are not on my YouTube page don't know about, but here I think I've shown most of everything. I play multiple instruments, saxophone, uh, um, piano, ukulele, trumpet, drums. Like I play several different instruments. A quirky, a fun fact. Let me see. A fun fact, yodeling or playing spoons. I mean, I love karaoke. I like karaoke is one of my favorite things to do. Um, Maybe I'll come back to that. I don't know. Good question though. It's so good. I love her. My friend is a pro at getting into shows. She has a link. I'm not sure if I can only see. Yeah, I'm also a pro at getting into shows. As a matter of fact, maybe I'm not a pro at getting into shows. Maybe it's just because I'm such a repeat person for those shows that it's now become easy for me to get them. But usually it depends on how much time. That's the only reason why I thought that I was only going to get one or two accepting me because I only applied to go on these particular shows like a couple of days ago. So I was so shocked when all of them were like, yes, 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 yes. And I'm like, now I have to choose one of my least favorite things. Yeah, I definitely don't yodel actually. You guys are like my social media family. We laugh, we fight, we joke, but at the end of the day, there's a great bond with all of us. Thank you for the super chat, Edward. Mr. Lonely classic Bobby Vinton. Love that song. All right. Yeah, Palaver Girl, you were on my music and mental health channel. That happened with a few people, not many, but there was actually a few that saw my mental health content on the other channel and then were like, oh, you also are a fan of reality TV? So when I started, this was not the plan to ever do reality TV coverage. That was never my plan. But then, as those who don't know the story goes, I was almost about to just leave YouTube altogether. I started watching Big Brother almost two-thirds of the way through the Big Brother 24 season, posted a video of Taylor eating Lay's. The video got like 4,000 views. 4,000 might not sound that significant, but I was putting up videos that I took a lot of time. I had a producer and a videographer and everything. I would plan out and map out the videos and write down all this content, practice, prepare, get them recorded and edited and all that stuff. And they would get like 40 views, 30 views. That one video got 4,000. So I was like, let me see if I can boost up the views by doing this Big Brother thing. And lo and behold, Big Brother got me a lot of views. My videos used to be 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 view videos at that at that point in time in that season. Like I said, it has never been matched, but at that time, the Music and Mental Health channel was the most lit that has ever been. Anything I put on there was just shooting up the algorithms. Well, that's necessary sometimes. My parents strongly believed in supervision, so there was no kids doing stripper pole moves at any of my birthday parties. If you got to take a, well, I am basically taking a birthday vacation and I'm going to Toronto. But I guess if I had to just pick a random, like another spot, an ideal spot, where would I like to go for a birthday vacation? It would have to be somewhere I haven't been. Mm, Everybody says Dubai is like a really cool place to go. That might be interesting. Oh, two of them come to mind. They're on season 24. They're best buddies, Terrence and Daniel. Though that's one of the few times you'll even hear me say those names on this channel again. Um, Josh Martinez. Let's see. Yeah, that's it for now. Mark being a Libra makes a lot of sense. Who knew Cam would be Mimi's replacement? I wouldn't even go that far, but hey, Mike, appreciate you tuning in. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Kimo would be cool to meet. Kimo would be cool to meet. Actually, I wouldn't mind meeting the majority of this cast. I like the cast for the most part. But honestly, though, the Tucker was the nobody is gonna match meeting Tucker. Tucker was so fun to meet. All right. Also, I know that coming on at this time, I knew that I wasn't gonna have as many people as I would normally have because it's 11 o'clock on a weekday. So I fully understand that. Shout out to my dogs in the replay crew. So when y'all see this in the replay, thank you for tuning in also. Sorry I couldn't do it earlier, but it's just that, I mean, tomorrow I know that I'm going to go live multiple times, but it's not specifically going to be a Q&A. I'm just going to probably show you a little bit of what I'm doing in the city and stuff like that. Happy belated. How long have I played the sax? I started playing the sax when I was in fifth grade. Let's see. When I was in fifth grade, I think when I was in fifth grade, it was like 97, either 96 or 97. Let me think about this. 90. I started school in 91. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. So maybe about approximately about 96. So in a technical sense, I started playing the saxophone 28 years ago, right? Damn, wow. The math. Not that the math is wrong. It's just thinking about how long ago that was. I'm like, wow, 28 years ago is when I first picked up the sax. Hold on. Maybe it's about 27 years ago. 27 or 28. But I put down the saxophone when I was in high school, which was my first high school year was three, four, four, five. 2001 was my first high school year. I was in the band that year. Then I didn't play the saxophone from basically 2002 through 2005. I picked it up temporarily to play at my grandparents' 50th anniversary, put it back down again for years, and then didn't pick it back up again until about 2015, 16. So on and off, but almost 30 years. The ukulele, which I have, but anyways, the ukulele I learned in 2020 during the worst of the pandemic when we couldn't leave our house. So I was like, I've always liked the sound of one. So I just went over to the guitar store, picked one up, and then I tried to learn it myself. It was really hard. Then I ended up taking about 2 months of lessons, which was enough to at least get me started. And then I went on YouTube and just figured out some songs. But I'm not like the best on the ukulele, but I'm good enough. I can strum the chords that I need to strum. Little known fact, I guess, that is my show. Big Brother was something I just started watching, but The Challenge is something I saw from the beginning. That's my favorite competition show ever. Ooh, I don't know about that's a hard one because memorable is such a different word. If you said the most enjoyable, I would easily be able to give you a top two, but memorable, like things that I would never forget, I have to put Kara up there. I have to put Kara up there because I had this idea after watching All Stars 4. I was like, you know what? If any of y'all watched the Challenge All Stars 4 in the finale, people who were eliminated from the game got a chance to give their star to a remaining player, and that player got an advantage. And I think 3 out of 4 people gave their star to Laurel, so she had 3 advantages, which led her to be able to skip stations at the finale and basically handed her the win. So I was like, you know what? I am going to make my own stars. So I created and well, not created, but I basically made a craft of 3 stars and I gave it to her. I thought that she would be happy with it, like a fan's giving her a fan gift, but y'all saw the reaction if you have seen that on my page. If you haven't seen it on my page, you can go find it on the page. But the reaction she had was probably the biggest reaction to anything that I've ever given any of them. So that was memorable. The second one, thank Lisa, by the way, for putting the comments more behind because this is not a short answer. I mean, I want to say the second one, it wasn't really that it was. I've had memorable encounters with people. There's so many to choose from, but I just have to put Sam in there. Sam from The Circle season 5, just because it wasn't a fan event. It was just something that happened to see at the last minute. I popped up in there and I made something for her too. And her reaction to that was also like she couldn't believe that somebody came there for her and brought her a gift. Mark is an Angela? What does that mean? What does that mean, Mary? Such a well-rounded person. Thank you. If you're talking about me, if you're talking about that Angela comment, I retract the thank you. I love the idea of music and mental health. Thank you. Except for the fact that I do a lot of covers because sometimes people ask me, "Oh, why don't you put music on there when it's music and mental health?" The reason why I don't really compose any music. I have composed like a song here and there, but I don't have a collection of my own music. So I do covers of music. So the only way that you're going to be able to get away with doing a cover of a song is if you do it a cappella or basically if you do it a cappella. So I could do that, but I like doing my songs with the background music, and the background music leads to copyright issues. The cake, maybe the cake will be here tomorrow because it's not officially my birthday until another 23 minutes. And then if I wanted to be really technical like Ma, um, I think I was born on at 10:52 or something on a Friday. The Friday part doesn't matter, but the time part of it matters. Can't stand Josh. By the way, I met Josh. Josh was kind of aloof. I said this before. Sorry to the Josh fans, and maybe it was just what he wasn't feeling it that night. But I heard so many stories of him being so nice in person, and he wasn't mean to me. He just I know, I can't believe how fast this season has gone by. That's crazy. I've heard more of Chemo singing than Rabina, so I guess I'm going with Chemo, but I would have to hear more of Rabina to really be able to choose. I like R&B. Everybody falls in public. I've had many falls in public. I've had a recent one. I had one, well, I don't know how public I would consider it, but oh, but my most embarrassing public fall is that I was in the gym and there was this one time when I was on this kick of I want to do replicate these like Instagram fitness viral videos that they do. So there was this video where somebody stacked up, I mean, not stacked up, but put these dumbbells in front of each other. And if y'all know those dumbbells with the round face, so you can actually sit them down, then the top of the dumbbell is here, and it's large enough for you to stand on. So there was somebody who did a video of them standing up on one leg and doing like a one leg squat, then walking over, standing with the other foot on the other dumbbell, and then like one leg squat and going to the end. Why I thought this was a good idea to do, I don't know. It looked easy and fun when I watched the other person do it. So I was like, let me do it. The very first one, I stood on it and I started to squat, and then my ankle kind of wobbled, and then I feet went in the air, hands flying, and I was recording this. That was the other embarrassing part. So I hit that ground so hard, made this huge thud. Nobody even asked me if I was okay. Everyone was just looking at me, and I bounced up like that thing didn't hurt at all, but I was in pain from that. Okay, enjoy. Amazing that you. How did I learn? How did I learn? The saxophone I learned in school, the piano I learned at home. My mom was my first piano teacher. Then she put me in with actual piano teachers when I didn't want to listen to her anymore. So those were the two that I had growing up. Then once I got a little older, the trumpet I was self-taught. The drums, I did a drum class in school. The ukulele, I told you guys I did like 2 months. with a teacher, and then I was basically self-taught from there. What else did I mention? I think that's it. Piano, saxophone, drums, trumpet, ukulele. Yep. And I wanted to play the guitar, but I failed at it. Um, I bought a guitar in 2020. I sold the guitar in 2022. I really hate that because I don't usually quit at things, but I quit at that. It was just very hard for me. It kind of is. It's kind of an easy version of the challenge. Well, Angela is able to get on a lot of shows. I'm able to get in show audiences. I would love to be on one of those shows like a Dr. Phil. I mean, not specifically Dr. Phil, but like one of those shows that is like one day of taping, one segment, and I'm just there for the day, tape one segment, and I'm not like locked into some house where I have to be there for hours. I would love, and even when I go to these shows, they love putting me on the camera, but they never choose me for like when they have the games. So when you get in there, they're like, does anyone here with a friend that wants to talk about their friendship? Or is anyone here with their partner? Or does anybody have cooking experience? Or does somebody want to participate in the game show? Now, I'll tell you the truth though. I know why I wouldn't be selected for some of those because the people they select are like, yeah, I want to do it. Yeah, me over here. And they're screaming and stuff. And I'm just not willing to do that. I'm like, either you kind of accept me how I am, or I'm just because you have to be basically overly enthusiastic, or you have to have like a specific, extremely unique look. And I mean, the look part of it, the cameras, let me tell you, when I'm on the Tamron show, you're gonna like, if you guys happen to look at the Tamron Hall show tomorrow, you're gonna see that the camera stays on me. Like they'll put me in the front. They always put me in the front or near the front, and then I'll be sitting here. You can't see it from obviously from watching on TV, but the cameraman will be like right here with this huge camera and it's right here. It's either like a little in front of me and or it's like right to the side of me. And when I first started noticing that, it was hard for me not to be like, his big camera's right next to me. So once I started realizing that it was there, I was like, okay, when they come over there, I just have to do my best to focus on looking forward and not make it look like it's sitting right there. Because they are not shooting you from a distance or anything like that. There's literally I don't know what it's called, but these cameramen that walk with these huge cameras on their shoulder. They have a person behind them that's holding up the cords as they walk through the aisle. Then the guy will like bend down, camera right in your face, like. But yeah, they don't make me speak on the shows. It might be over. I might take somebody's job if they let me do that. I was talking about you and you denounced you are anything like Angela. Thank you. But I understood now what Mary was saying. I get it now. Cassandra did. Oh, you're heading out? Okay. Have a good night, Marshall. You need to go full Angela. I don't know how to do that, and I'm afraid you'll never get me back if I go full Angela. Because once you go full Angela, we always miss you when you're not here. Yeah, I never went to the Wendy Williams show because I was not in New York when her show was active. Actually, I was in New York at the beginning, but I wasn't going to shows at that time. Going to shows, I just started doing in 2019. So I think by that time she was already gone. And I did go to the Wendy Williams set before they actually closed the show. And that day it was hosted by Tamron Hall and why did I say Tamron Hall? Vivica Fox. I went to one that was hosted by Vivica Fox, and I can't remember the other person. I can't remember his name. I'd be able to find it later, but I don't know his name. And I went to another one that was hosted by Remy Ma and Fat Joe. That was pretty fun. They are good TV together. Hey, I think I actually reached the end of the comments, but I am still sitting on here because my intention was to sit on here until 12. Hey, Ed. Okay, so what I'm gonna try to do here, I'm not ignoring y'all. I'm just posting this link up because I know that when you post a link early, when you post a link early, people forget. So I want to share this with my dogs in the crib. Shout out to my dogs in the crib. I said, shout out to my dogs in the crib. Okay. What do y'all think of Cam singing? Singing. That's the whole thing. Um, so we'll see. Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Ed. I don't know. I called you. I'm sorry. Sometimes the Ed and Edward thing is gonna get me forever, I must admit. All right. I have an old friend. I was on Let's Make a Deal who gave herself an extra chances in front of us, and we were like, but she got on the show and won a car. Nice. Yes, thank you, Ed. I was looking at a little bit of the feeds before I got in and on here. What's her name? MJ was making a cake, and the cake was not caking. The cake did not look too appealing. Cam has fumbled Chelsea. I think it's possible. I do think that it's possible that she picks MJ over him. I think she's been really testing him over the last week or so, especially, and I think he's been failing the test. Where are we at? Oh, so let me try to answer the question that Ma asked way earlier, since there's no questions, since there's no active questions. I think that the question was my three favorite women. I have to put Taylor on there. Taylor, despite the fact that she never did this interview on my channel, and despite the fact that the jailers came for me, she's the reason my channel got monetized. I mean, yes, people still came to see me and listen to me and everything, but I don't deny the fact that I was covering Big Brother and her name just made everything boosted. Like I saw that especially in the off season. I could have spent my whole off season like other channels covering Taylor all day. Taylor, Taylor, Taylor. Because anything I did with Taylor's name in it was my highest viewed content by far. The reason I didn't do that is because I was like, at this point, she's just trying to live her life. And I can't compromise my channel just for the sake of trying to get views. Thank you, Anita. Appreciate it. It's the first time I've ever been a dog at the crib. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, those who are talking about Mimi from last year, she was the one that I always used her clips. There has not been a soundbite person this
Shout out
year,
all my dogs
so
at the crib.
he's kind of that guy for this season. It's kind of funny, but it's not quite as funny as her catalog and her body of work.
I'm just like, these people are, I don't know if they're sane or if I'm sane. Like, I could be the crazy one. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, this is all way too much. It's so stupid.
This is just all too much. It's so stupid. Hold on, what's the other one? What's the other
Oh
one?
God, Jesus. I know you like you were just way too stingy with the common sense. You needed to disperse it a little better because these people.
That's my second favorite. My all-time favorite, though. Who wants to put my all-time favorite before I play it? Who wants to put my all-time favorite Mimi moment before I play it? Who's gonna be the first? Okay, let's see what this last comment was. Oh, the last comment was Knight Edward. Okay, nobody wants to do it, so I'm just gonna play it.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
You gotta be quicker than that, Cass Wash. Okay, since I have a few new people on here, I'm gonna play my acting debut
I slid
also.
into DMs of Sam from the circle. She was a really big fan of Jill Scott, so I had to lie and tell her that I was Jill Scott so that she would be willing to get to know me. So somehow, some way, she agreed to meet up with me as Jill Scott. So I'm hoping that when I see her, I'm going to be able to convince her that everything else was real and that we're going to have this great connection and great conversation. And we'll see what happens.
What are you?
It's really you!
What are you, like a personal assistant?
No, I'm Jill Scott. We've been talking for like months.
You are not Jill Scott. You are not James Scott. Maybe Jeffrey Scott. You mean you're the person I've been talking to all these months? Are you playing right now?
No, everything else that I said was true. It was just that one part. I promise you.
So you mean telling me, season 5 winner of the Circle, Sam, putting stuff together smart, and I fell for this? You're dumb. And I'm out. Been real. See you later, Jeffrey Scott, Jeffrey, whoever you are. You know, absolutely.
You're just gonna leave?
I'm out of here. It's been real.
Call me.
Never.
That still hurts. That still hurts me, Sam. Nah, for people actually thought that was real. That's how you know the internet is a funny place. Like people really saw that and thought that that was like, why would we be mic'd up and do this thing on camera? She would see me and we wouldn't even get to the camera part. Um, you say what every day? The math is not mathing? Which one of them? Math is not mathing? Call me. Never. A funny story about that, right? I do interviews. It's been a very long time since I did an interview, but at that time I was on this like, oh yeah, I'm gonna become the next big interviewer for this thing. It's not happening unless I dive into the politics of what it takes to get interviews, which I'm not willing to do, don't care enough. But at that time, I thought that just being myself and, just being me, I would be able to get all these different interviews. And I realized there's contracts involved and politics and people looking at the amount of subscribers you have on the channel. So, anyways, I don't know what that had to do with what I was about to make a point on. I put the most into that interview with Sam than I put into any of my interviews, and I prepare meticulously for every interview. Um, and the reason why is because this was the first interview that I did with any of these people in person. The rest of them were Zoom. So I'm like, because this is an actual in-person interview, I have to do more to make it more interesting for her, for me, and for the viewers. So I basically reached out to her when we were getting close to the interview. I wrote out a script. I can't remember if I sent it to her. I think I just kind of loosely told her about the concept. So I don't think I showed her the script of what I had until I actually got there. So I said, "Hey Sam, like before we get into the questions, there's this thing that I had as an idea that I envisioned in my head as the intro, which is what I just showed you." So she said, "Sure, what's up? Like, what do we got to do here?" So I was like, "All right." So basically, here's the script. And the script was like, it was something like that, but it wasn't that. I think that I was gonna say I'm Carmelo Anthony. I'm a 6'8" basketball player for the New York Knicks and whatever, whatever. So I had a whole different person in mind that I was pretending to be, and a whole different like the phone part of it and stuff. Like it wasn't what you saw there. So then I showed it to her and she was like, "Oh, that's kind of a cool concept." Um, but she was like, "You know what? I'm kind of on my girl tip right now. Like I'm into girls." So I was like, "Okay, so which female do you want me to pretend that I am?" She was like, "Hmm." She's like, "I've liked Jill Scott lately." So I was like, "Okay, I'll be Jill Scott." And then she was like, "I don't need the script." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So when you see me there, and so when I walk up to her and everything she said there was not the script. So I remember when I first showed that video on my channel, people were like, "You looked kind of scared." And I'm like, she went into character like that. And nothing that she said was anything that I knew that she was gonna say, and her reaction, I envisioned her being able to do something like that, but I'm like, "What do I say?" Because I had lines in my script, not what I said. Like, the lines that I said in that script was literally just me reacting to what she said. Because before it was like, she says something, I say something, she says something, I say something. I was like, she's going again. I'm like, and then the other part of it is I was trying not to laugh because I'm like, she's so funny. She is hilarious. The goat. I don't like the goat. What would I like to see Sam on? I don't know because I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see her on something else. I can't think of what. I feel like she's so I don't even know how to say this, but she's so different. And I mean that in a good way. Like I see her as a have her own show type of person. I don't know. For some reason, I thought you were an Aquarius. I tend to agree with you quite a bit. Nope, no Aquarius. I have some cool friends that are Aquariuses, though. It is 12 o'clock. That means, in a technical sense, on the East Coast, it is my birthday. Thank you, Van Hoot. Oh, you say that? Jesus, you are way too stingy with the common sense. You needed to disperse it a little better, because these people, she does not need a script. Thank you. This is bonus time from here on out because I committed to being here until midnight. So I'm not going right this second, but this is the I could go anytime warning. Shout out my dogs at the crib once again. Um, I'm so impressed by that. I'm so impressed by what she does. I really am. I really am. Like, there's a few people that I've met that some people are honestly, and I don't mean this as an insult, but some people are just reality TV people. Like I speak to you and I know that your biggest claim to fame is being on TV. Like if you follow Sam's TikTok, hilarious. If you meet her in person, hilarious. Like it's not a character. I mean, it is a character, but it's like her life is the character. It's uncanny. Like a Hannah Chatta, you talk to her and you realize she's an actual genius. Even though she doesn't like when I call her a genius. Like the last time I saw her, what was that now? 3 weeks ago, a month ago, whenever Tucker got evicted. And she was telling me how she watched all 22 seasons prior to hers in a 3 month span right before she went on the show and then became a super fan. Then I was like, everybody in the cookout and even some people outside of the cookout were coming to you and asking you things about the show. And you're telling them about Dr. Will, you're telling them about Dan Giesling, you're telling them about the order of competitions, you're telling them about classic competitions, big moments. I'm like, you were right up there with the actual super fans of the season, which I think she listed Alyssa, what's his name, Frenchie. Like there was a few super fans on her season, but I was like, you were one of the top regarded super fans on that season. And she was like, and I was like, you're an actual genius. I mean, not even just because of Big Brother, but just the fact that she does so many other things. Like she's becoming a doctor. And then she just was like, you know what? I like Big Brother. One year she was just like, I like Big Brother, which was 2020. Same like me, except she binged 22 seasons and remembered all of them when she went into the house. She says, when I told her she's a genius, she was like, no, that's just recency bias. That's an answer that a genius would give. Recency bias? Wow. Recency bias. Not that I don't know what recency bias is, but who just throws that out there like that? Especially in a big brother discussion. Thank you, Sari. Oh, Circle All Stars. Yeah, I would love to see her on a Circle All Stars. Happy birthday, you beautiful man. Thank you, Ma. It is my birthday on my time. This hat is hot, by the way, so it's coming off. I committed to it for an hour, but I was roasting in this thing. It's supposed to be like an insulated hat. Actually, it's the same one that I wore last year and the year before. Fun fact. Yeah, but I don't know why. I don't know why I just took out the C in the middle of it. Yeah, so I was saying there was Sam, there was Hannah. This is kind of an extension to an answer to Lisa's question. Memorable. Devin from what's it called? The challenge. I made a sign that said, Josh, what's 8 times 9? Because if you watch the challenge, he at one time hated Josh and Josh hated him. And Josh was in the middle of this heated argument with him and he was like, Josh, what's 8 times 9? And then I was like, hey, can we recreate this moment? And we did. And he was like screaming, Josh, what's 8 times 9? Uh yes. That was another one. Olivia from the challenge. I made this trophy that I gave Olivia from the challenge. And this was right after the challenge season, Ride or Dies, where she broke her nose with this sling and this golf ball that backfired, and the sling hit her nose in at close blank point blank range, broke her nose in multiple pieces, and she had to do reconstructive surgery. And then I gave her this trophy, and then she's like, "Oh, look at my trophy!" She drops it on the ground, and it breaks, and everybody was like laughing. That was pretty funny. Um, I did. I met Devin. Devin, how did you not see that video? You must not have been invested in my channel at that time. My Devin video, I'm trying to see if I can find it. I know I can find it on, probably I can find it on Instagram faster than I can find it on YouTube, but it was pretty funny. Oh, my nose, Marcia. Okay. Uh, I'm trying to locate it really quick. I post so many things. What is this one? Piano. Oh, this is my saxophone. Some of y'all haven't seen too much of that. Feliz Navidad. This is at a Christmas party. Feliz Navidad. Okay. This was probably oh, here's the, no, that's not the one I was looking for. Shuby. It's a little bit of my interview. What was this part? Uh, I'm sorry it's taking me so long, y'all. But this Devon thing was quite a while ago. That's why it's taking me so long to find. Oh, here we go. Yes. LinkedIn. Yeah, I know you can't see it well, but the Joshua's 8 times 9 moment is one of the most classics. One of the most classic moments of all time to me. Hilarious. Imagine being in the midst of some heated argument with somebody and they're like, "What's 8 times 9? What's 8 times 9? What's 8 times 9?" Um, oh yeah, when I was when I was Waldo, and people were mad at me because I won the costume contest because they were scared to win to wear their costumes. Like there's people there that said, I had a better costume than that Where's Waldo guy. Then why didn't you wear it? I wasn't even gonna wear a costume. And then at the last minute, I was like, you know what? Let me just throw on a good old Where's Waldo costume, not knowing that everybody wears those costumes, but not there. Nobody put theirs on. You snooze, you lose. Don't be mad at me. I still have my Killer Cam shirt that I got to this day. By the way, I actually have a challenge shirt that I got made underneath this thing that is cooking me. This champion shirt is cooking me right now. Oh, I don't even know why I'm acting like it's not super hot. Shout out to Danny. There's this person named Danny Marc. Well, that's not her last name, I don't think. But her first name is Danielle, but she goes by Danny. She made this shirt. I wear this shirt sometimes when I do fitness stuff, competitions. It's like a challenge style shirt. It's got my name on it. I always like wearing custom stuff. I would put her link on here, but I don't really know what her link is. But if you look her up on Facebook, if you use Facebook, you can look her up. If you do not, hit me up and I'll link you to her. She mails them because she doesn't live in my area. She doesn't live far from me either. I've met her. She lives in Connecticut and she makes a lot of these custom shirts and gear. I have like cup holders from her too, lots of things. Um yeah. By the way, I'm switching my banner, or I'm not switching my banner. I guess it can go above it. So for those of you who are here from my music and mental health channel, I've been switched, but if you have not gotten on that train yet, I have a new channel called Mindful Reality. Look at the spelling. By the way, I have a little sneak preview of a cameo that I got. I'm not going to post the whole thing because it's fairly long. But I am going to show you a little bit of this. Since you're on here, you're getting a sneak preview. Hold on a minute.
Hey, when I saw you at the fibroid event and you came up to me with those
Hold on a minute. Try to
3 stars,
I'm messing up here because I'm trying to press the volume button and I'm pressing other
I'll never
things.
forget you made my whole world. And I just want to show you, before we even go into this, by the way, you started something. You started something. Punt. See, now I got these Target $5 star pillows all over my place, but also yours have a special place in my home. So first of all, so here's the real one, right? This is the big heavy bastard real one. Okay, keep that right there. And then this is one. It's like hide and seek. This is the one of the ones you gave me. Is this the one you signed? No. And when I plug this in, it lights up. So anytime I take pictures at this mirror, your star is here. Your other one is above the Let's Get Naked sign. This is the one you sign. Yeah. So this is the other one. And then I have the other one hanging up over here. So it's the stars, the sun and the stars. See her? She's chilling right in there. It's all my 3 stars and my 4, because you know, the big one. And then more, because there's more in my house. But anyways, I digress. That was my little show and tell. But I wanted to say they have a very special place in my home among my real swiped challenge memorabilia that I've taken off the field. So thank you again, Mark, for that. I will never forget it. You're incredible. So yeah, happy birthday. 37 years old. We're basically the same age here. I'm 38. But whatever. You're right behind me. First of all, you're lucky as hell because you have an October birthday, and I'm so jealous.
Anyways, I'm gonna post the rest of this in non-dusty form, as Ma would say, but that's a cool thing that I got done. MTV does not sell them. I know MTV sells certain gear, but surprisingly, stuff like this, they don't really sell. They sell like they'll sell like MTV branded stuff, not necessarily like they don't sell too much challenge gear. They'll sell like those MTV bucket hats or like an MTV headband. It's like they don't really, but the gear market for challenge gear, honestly, the fans like Etsy and stuff, they make a lot of money on that kind of stuff. They sell a lot of stuff for Survivor and Amazing Race Big Brother. I haven't really seen as much Big Brother, but I believe you. But yeah, I've definitely seen they have hella Survivor merch. They got the mocks. They got a bunch of stuff for that. Thank you, Nash. For those who jumped on, I'm not gonna be on here in terribly much longer. So yeah. Um, Birthday is next week. I'm probably only gonna be on here for a few more minutes actually, because most of you are not here. Thank you to those who are, but the comment section was lit earlier, and as some of you know, when I go to these shows, I have to be up and out of my house early to be able to get there on time because I've been to a few of them where I didn't get there quite on time and they didn't let me in. So I hate going all the way out to the city, not getting in. Uh, this is my why am I holding it up to the light? This is like my first gift that I got for the day from my sister. I was actually surprised. I saw this in the mail. I was like, what's this? Pretty cool Amazon card. As if I need to buy more Amazon stuff, but I appreciated it. And I got like one or two other things yesterday. Those were October 1 gifts. I don't get many gifts, so I appreciate everything. She still has, so when I gave her the stars, right? She was like, I messaged her after that. Like I DM'd her, and then she was like, I'm going to California from here, then I'm going to she lives in Florida. So she's like, I'm going to California, then I'm going to Paris, then I'm coming home. So she said, I'm gonna protect these stars like little eggs, and I'm gonna take them with me, and I'm gonna make sure that they securely get back to my place in Florida. And I was like, when I made them for her, I'm like, these cardboard stars, like, it's just for the moment. I'm just giving them to her for her to have them then and to enjoy it then. I didn't know whether they were gonna make it anywhere. The garbage, like, so it was really cool when I booked this cameo. For the first thing that she did was to actually show me these stars went here, here, and here in my house. I actually do want to show you the end of this. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm gonna post the whole thing on there. But something she said at the end was like meaningful because I just asked for best advice you could give for chapter 37, and she gave me something to the effect of like, don't expect she said something like it's okay if you don't know everything right now, like if you're unsure of your path, something to that effect. And it was just like, if you haven't got there yet, you can still get there. And it reminded me of something that Chemo said too. Chemo, I was looking at some clips that they had, where Chemo was like he started applying for Big Brother since the time he was like 28, 29, and he turned 36 in the house. And he said that by now he thought that he was too old. He thought that he was too old to be on Big Brother. And then he was like, he appreciates the fact that Big Brother gave him the opportunity, and it proves to him that dreams don't expire. So that's one of my biggest things. You see me on here, like I'm doing this. I'm 30, I'm 37 now. I'm 37. I'm 3 years away from 40. And if I thought about where my life is right now, the reason I keep looking down is because my buddy doesn't like being ignored. So it's like I want to be a part of your video. Anyways, you got your 15 seconds of fame, okay? You good now? Thank you. And then all this hair just from that. But anyways, like I was saying, thank you so much, Charicity. I was about to call you Charity. I so appreciate that. Party! Party. It's because of the cat. You just earned me a 49.99 super chat. Thank you. You're gonna get some treats. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah, I was saying about the dreams expiring part. You see me on here, it's just like I don't doubt my abilities. I know that I have different gifts, different talents. There's different things that I can do. Um, but I've tried many different things over the course of my life, and a lot of them haven't succeeded in the way that I thought that they would. If you ask me about my life right now, compared to what I thought my life would be like at this stage, I thought I would be rich. I thought there would be a lot of things going on, to tell you the truth, things that people think that you would have at this age that I don't have. And life took many twists and turns. There was from the point of me getting my anxiety disorder diagnosis, agoraphobia. I lived with crippling agoraphobia. I know a lot of people don't know what that is, but I guess to keep it simple for those who don't know and might not look it up, it's this anxiety disorder when you become scared to leave your safe space. And at its most severe form, which is what I had, I did not leave my room for 1 year. And that would be hard to envision for people who know me now because I barely stay in my house for 5 minutes. So it's like, oh, you were actually at a point in your life when you didn't leave your house at all. I didn't leave my house at all. I didn't leave my room basically at all unless I had to use the bathroom. Maybe I'd go to the kitchen or something for a minute. And the only thing that would get me out is my Xanax that I was using at that time. So it took me a long time to get out of that. That set my life back in some ways, but because of that is the reason why I became who I am now, a person who is empathetic to people's problems, a person who listens. Um, I was more selfish prior to that because I just felt like, who cares about your life? Like I'm just here to live mine. It changed the course of my life, but I say all that to say that I think that everything happens in its time, and I still think that those things that I want can still happen. Um, I might have gotten them at a time when I wasn't prepared for that, and maybe now is a better time. Chemo you're talking about, I assume? Yeah. Felicity said hi. Oh, you did it before the cat. Oh, okay. Oh, I take that back. Well, I'm not gonna take back the treat part, but I take back the fact that it was you responsible for that. He used to be in all my videos. Well, not all. He used to be in several of my videos, and now he's not. I didn't even know he was in here, actually. Hey, one thing that I've told people, thank you, Bry. Thank you, Big Bro Bry. Unofficial Leah Peters BB26 channel. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. People are always like, what can make you stay longer? Money. Money can make me stay longer. But seriously, I appreciate that. But I'm serious about that comment also. So because I have two comments in here, they have earned y'all. I'm not gonna do it how I usually do. I'm usually like $1 a minute, but I don't know. I'm not doing that. So, but you've earned probably at least another 10 to 15. I sip my mystery birthday beverage. Yeah, but shout out to Big Brother Bry. Now, I want to shout out to Big Brother Bry because there's not many channels that I follow anymore. Seriously, there's not many Big Brother channels that I follow anymore. And the reason why is because when I started covering Big Brother, I'm like, oh, we're this small, cool community where everybody supports each other and none of us are like really that much bigger than the others. There's like a few big channels. Um, might be getting up in another second, but there's a few like big channels. Rob has a podcast. I think Jolene is a pretty big channel. I don't know, but I feel like the rest of them, even though they're bigger than mine, they're not like channels where people are just sitting and living off of Big Brother money. So it's not like we can't all support each other. No other channel, with the exception of maybe Retro Kitten, Nick Shorts last year, and who else? ATP2 last year has been more supportive than Big Brother Bry. So I like his channel. And also, I like the fact that, similarly to my channel, he just gets on here and speaks. Like, there's channels that are like heavy into the analytical side of Big Brother. I'm going to analyze the gameplay. There's channels that are just like, I'm going to talk about the people I hate for the season, which I don't like those channels. Oh, this is the person that we all hate this season. There's channels that have like cult followings. I've thought about it, Big Brother Bry. Every year I circle back and I say to myself, is my real life doing OnlyFans? Like, am I wasting my time talking to y'all when I could just make some OnlyFans content and quit my job? Decisions, decisions. We had too many. There's still too many channels, to be honest with you. Fun fact, this cup used to actually say Libra on it with the sign. Is a Five Below cup. Thank Big Brother Bry and Charicity for their donations, because that's the reason why I'm still here. If anyone else wants to drop a donation in the donation cup. Oh, and Edward, I think he left, but shout out to Edward. Edward is one of my most solid and consistent supporters. I appreciate Edward quite a bit. And it doesn't matter what topic I put on here. I could be talking about a cappella singers. I could be talking about brick walls. I could talk about the ceiling. I could talk about rabbit ear antennas from back in the day. He's going to be on here and he's going to be sending a super chat. And he gifted like a bunch of people, a bunch of y'all are like gifted memberships from him and also Ed. Ed and Edward Connection gave out a lot of memberships this month. Thank you, Charicity. That's all I can do. Now, let me get into like a serious response to that. When I first got on here and started looking at other channels, I was like, I don't match these characters, so I don't think it's worth it for me to make a channel, right? So what happened was I was like, you know what? Let me just try to see if I can become a success being myself. And it worked out for me to an extent, my version of success. No, that's okay. I took a big nap earlier. Thank you, Milfman. Thank you, Anita. That's okay. I don't speak Spanish. Can someone translate Mary's comment for me? Appreciate it, Damon. It's never too late, Charicity. It's never too late. It's never too late. Libras are the best. My day was fine. My birthday is actually today, as of 33 minutes ago. Today is really my birthday. I can't meet up with Leah because Leah is still in the jury house. And I'm pretty sure they will not. I first of all, I don't live in California. Second of all, I don't think they would let me in the jury house, unfortunately. For you, more unfortunately for you. Yes and no. I'm going out to the city in the morning, going to the Tamron Hall show. I told everyone here earlier, I had about 6 to 8 shows to choose from, and I had to say no to most of them. And I chose the one that I go to all the time. Although my mind is going back and forth right now, I'm like, maybe I should skip the Tamron Hall show and just go to the Kelly Clarkson show in the evening. What do y'all, let me ask you, what do y'all think? If you had a choice of which one to go to, Steve Wilkos, which I think is not an option for me anymore, actually, so forget that. I didn't respond to that early enough. Tamron, Kelly Clarkson, Mark and Kelly. Um, I think those are the three options that I have left. Mark and Kelly, Tamron Hall, or Kelly Clarkson. Which one would you go to? Well, postseason, I'm not going to see her until next next premiere day. So the earliest that I would probably see Leah, since she doesn't live in New York, I probably wouldn't see her until probably August of next year if they start in August again, or July, like July of next year. So it's gonna be a good minute. It's gonna be like 9 8 9 months before I would see Leah. 'Cause I don't see any of them fresh off the show. The only time I've seen some of them fresh off the show was the ones that live in New York or Connecticut or Philly. So I saw like Izzy right after the show ended, right after she got off the show. I saw Jared and Sari right after the show ended. I think they were in Jersey. Um, yeah, but if they don't live in New York, I don't see them until the premiere parties. Tampon. That's a randomly placed comment, but thank you. Tampon. Tampon it is. Oh, it's a typo. Okay. No, I've only been to Tamron Hall out of those three. I have not been to Kelly Clarkson, and I have not been to what was the other one that I said? Kelly Clark. Oh, I have not been to Mark and Kelly, but I'm not actually all that interested in going to Mark and Kelly. It was just like, let me just Mark and Kelly was kind of one of those, if none of the other shows accept me, I'll go to Mark and Kelly. Yeah, I don't think Kelly Clarkson sings on the show. It's actually a tough decision because I feel like for sure I would have a better time on the Tamron Hall show than I would because I always have a great time at the Tamron Hall show. So I feel like I would for sure have a better time there than the Kelly Clarkson show. The only reason I'm considering that one is just, first of all, that show used to be located in California. I don't know if she moved permanently to New York, but the show used to be in Cali. And secondly, it's usually very hard to get tickets. So somehow I got tickets. Um, it's tough. And I could leave and come back, but to leave and come back, if the Tamron Hall show finishes at 12, no, I can't leave and come back because even though the show starts taping at 5, you have to be there at 3 or earlier. So there's no time for me to be able to leave. I would have to stay out there all day. That's the main reason why I can't do it. It doesn't overlap, but I wish that the show started taping at like 2, because then it would be like a little break, jump in there, finish, and then I'm out of there by 4. But I would basically have to be out of my house from like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'd probably get back at like 9, 10 at night, and then I'm leaving the next day very early in the morning. So can't do it. The only way I could do that is if I skipped going to Tamron Hall altogether, just did my thing in the morning, and then went to Kelly Clarkson in the evening. Let me see what her guest is tomorrow. I don't think that I know. Actually, I don't think that I even know any of the guests from either show. But oh, you went to Kelly, where, California? Okay, so the guests, I don't know them. The guests for the Tamron Hall show tomorrow are Stephanie Mills and Stella Cole. Oh, and they're performing. They're singers, I guess. The guests for Oh, this is actually 1:15. Let me double check what this is. Okay. Al Roker, Shanola Hampton, and Bethany Joy Lenz. I don't know who Shanola Hampton and Bethany Joy. Oh, she's an 80s singer. I will look up some of her songs. I'm probably gonna go. So if this is a 1:15 check-in, Please arrive at 1. See, that was what it was. Please arrive at 1. So I could arrive at 1 because the Tamron taping would be done by then. But then it says taping, the entire process from check-in to the end of the show is approximately 4 hours. So it says the show taping will start approximately 3 and end approximately 5. Oh, I think I'm not going to cancel the ticket and I will make my decision when I get there. It's tough. It's a tough choice, though. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a tough choice. This is a tough choice. Thank you, Charicity. Appreciate that, Bry. Are you going live tonight, Bry? I should be sleeping right now. What am I doing? The nominees were Kimo and Rabina, and what's her name? MJ did not use the veto. You know who gives gifts every single time? Sherry Shepherd. Like Sherry Shepherd is hilarious, and you always get audience gifts. I think I've never left Sherry Shepherd without an audience gift. I think I've also probably never left Tamron without an audience gift, but Sherry's gifts are better. I got like an air fryer from Sherry. I got a Keurig. I got a year gym membership for Planet Fitness, even though I gave it away because I don't care for Planet Fitness. Um, I've gotten countless gift cards to different things. Like she gives the best gifts. Follow Big Brother Bry, by the way, if you have not followed Big Brother Bry. Big Brother Bry, I don't know if you cover other shows, but I have watched him for his Big Brother. Well, the channel is called Big Brother Bry, so I assume. Do you cover different things in the off season, Big Brother Bry? And the other thing is the Kelly Clarkson show is in the NBC studio. The NBC studio lounge is lit because like these audiences, these holding areas they call them for like The View, Tamron Hall, Sherry Shepherd, these places are uncomfortable. They have like The View doesn't even give you somewhere to sit. If you're handicapped, good luck going on The View. It's like The View has you standing in a hallway for like 2 hours, waiting for your chance to go in on the stage. But the majority of those other shows, they have like those audience style chairs that are uncomfortable. It's cold in there. It's like in a basement. But the NBC studio waiting area is an actual lounge. They got couches in there. They got like one of those picture machines that you press the thing and it takes pictures of you. If you saw my intro, let me see. Let me see if I can find this again. Um intro. Where are we now? Why can't I find it? Anyways, if you saw my intro, my mental health intro, and the video that I got, it was from, oh, here we go.
I want to take this time to thank everybody for their support of myself, Mark.
You see that green band that I was wearing? That was my wristband for the what is this guy's name? This late night comedian on NBC. Shoot, Steven some is it Steven? It's not Stephen Colbert. But it's another one of those late night NBC comedians.
I want
This
to take this time to thank everybody for their support of myself, Mark, and the music and mental health movement.
that video was from one of those booths that has the light ring, and then you press the button and it takes pictures and it takes like a short video of you. So that thing of me straightening the tie and the pictures are from that booth at that NBC studio. A funny story about that is that I walked in there with that suit and I was going through security. Security was initially like, "Go ahead, sir," because they thought I was security with them. And then they were like, "Wait a minute, let me see your badge." I was like, I don't have a badge." They were like, "Oh, you're an audience member." They almost just let me walk right through there with no badge. That was hilarious. I tend to dress up more than the average guest. Oh, Bethany's an actress. Okay, so Big Brother Bride does not does mostly covers Big Brother. We love a gift. Oh, really? Oh, that's sad. It was cool, but I had to walk with that several blocks, and then I had to walk into the subway with it, take it on the train. It was hard to get home. Got you. What sports do you like? Shamar Moore. All right. People said that Whoopi was not nice, and I gotta agree. Yes, Big Brother Bride's channel. Follow Big Brother Bride. You know I love me a good photo. Speaking of good photos, I get a photo shoot done every year. Well, I just started doing that in the last 3 years. Let's see here. Let me see if I can show y'all some of the photos. I'm gonna upload them, but this year I decided to do like a fitness shoot. I'm gonna post some of these so you're gonna be able to see them in better quality. Took up boxing this year. It was a fitness themed shoot this year. I'm gonna show you these pictures in like better quality at some point. So, but I love these pictures. My photographer is A1. He's a bomb diggity. Like you can't see these that well, but fitness. I wanted to do like a fitness theme. So we got did a bunch of fitness themed photos, which I will be posting some. This one was an ode to my dad. Let me see if the shirt will focus up for me. It's not gonna focus up. There we go. What is almost? That was like an ode to my dad. Okay. I'm still here, y'all. I don't know why I'm still here. I'm here because of y'all. Let's say that. Hey, Janet, you made it. Yes. But not anyone you would know because it's not from Big Brother. Did I meet anyone from Big Brother that was standoffish? I talked about the people I met from Big Brother that were standoffish. I will not name their names again, but I have spoken about a couple of people from Big Brother that I met that were standoffish. and I'm not going to name them. Now, let me see if there's any others that I can think of from Big Brother. Josh Martinez. But for anyone who might clip this, I'm not saying that Josh Martinez is a standoffish person. I'm just saying that the one time that I met him, he was not trying to speak. He did take a picture with me. He was not trying to say too much. Because people tend to take clips of things and try to turn it into something it's not. So I'm not saying that he's a standoffish person in general. I'm just saying that was my personal experience. Xavier, weirdly, I met him for a 2-day event. The first day he was really nice to me, extremely nice to me. Second day, but aside from that, most of the house guests have been nice to me when it comes to Big Brother. I think that like 90% of them have been very nice, which I have not always found for other shows. Which Shamar Moore you're talking about? Thank you. Do I know them by name? Yes, I guess. I mean, no, actually, because there's some people who don't have their actual name on here. So the people whose name is within their display name, I know them. I know their names, but oh yeah, the people who know me by name by now that will say hi Mark to me are Aza, Hannah, Derek, Big D. I mean, um, Wendell. I'm thinking of Big Brother people. I think that's pretty much it, honestly. Aza, Hannah, Big D, and Wendell. They definitely say hi, Mark, when they see me. Aza was the first person I saw at the last party. Hannah, so Hannah, when I saw her, she got to the party at the very end. And when she walked in, she was swarmed by fans. And because I've already met her like 5, 6 times, I'm not pressed to like be part of that sea of people that crowds her. So I waited 15, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and then I made my way over to her and she saw me. She was surrounded by a group of people and she saw me and left the group of people to come over and say hi and give me a hug. And I was talking to her for like a good, I don't know, 15 minutes. And then after I think as a sister who was serious, grabbed her, pulled her away like, "Hannah, we gotta go." So when that happened, another fan came over to me and he was like, "You ruined my opportunity to get this picture with Hannah or to talk to Hannah because I was at the front of the line and then she left me to go speak to you." She knows me to an extent. It is what it is. It's just the same way how if I'm talking to Hannah and like Kylan pops up, she's gonna leave me to talk to Kylan. As far as fans go, I'm one of the fans that she sees consistently at these things and speaks to. So that's just the name of the game. Although this particular person has probably been to more of these things than me, but I make connections with people. No comment, but no comment because I've learned to be a little bit political. I'll still be more real than your average person on here, but I've learned that being a little bit political is beneficial sometimes. Hannah seems really nice. She's the nicest. Hannah is like top 10, forget reality TV. She's like top 10 nicest people that I've ever met in my life. No lie. No lie. He was. He was like, I'm still rich and y'all still broke in his exit interview. I am still awake. I'm supposed to be leaving my house in 5 hours. BRB again. BRB again. Even though, oh, wait a minute. Let me go back up. I thought that I was putting up this comment. She does, but I can get on her about the fact that she didn't respond to my email because she did say she was going to come back on the channel. But I understand that she's busy. We have a good rapport, though. Very political. Listen, well, you were on my other channel. You were there for the whole Taylor stuff where they misconstrued my words and clipped my video and made it seem like something else that it wasn't. And then Taylor had a problem with me because of that. But I always had love for Taylor, regardless of that, because I know it wasn't her fault. She's not. These Big Brother people get fed things by the fans, by toxic fans who are trying to start things. I've always had love for Taylor. I always will. Nothing because yet today is my birthday, so nothing yet. It's yeah, not about the number. Yeah, true. That's true too. Because I could have met her 100 times. Like we connected the first time I met her. For ASMR. That's the first time I've heard that. Nothing really. You just missed Big Brother Bry and Charicity providing me super chats, which ended up kind of being the reason I'm still on here. True, but people are gonna be salty over things. Definitely. Listen, for those who are not here, I'm gonna describe this for you again. Even though I don't like to talk about it much, I know some of you here that are on here were not here when this happened. I was rooting for Taylor all season. When I say all season, all season. The day before the finale, I sat up here with 400 people on my live at that time, 400 plus, right? We watched Taylor sit down in the bathroom with a glass of wine in her hands, drinking the wine and practicing her finale speech. because we were all, including myself, huge Taylor fans. I was on here live when Taylor won. My live reaction is still on my music and mental health page. I was excited. That's what I was going for. I was hype. I was a huge Taylor fan, right? So Big D advertises that he has a party coming up in Philly. This is before I had ever met anyone from Big Brother. He has a birthday party. I said to myself, let me go make my drive over there. I decided last minute to go drive over to Philly for his birthday party. As I'm on my way, I go on his Instagram. I see Hannah's going to be there, Tiffany is going to be there, and Taylor and Joseph are going to be there. And I didn't know who else, but there was so many cast over there from different shows. Cinco from Love Island, Paulie from The Challenge and Big Brother, from Big Brother and The Challenge, I should say. Um, James from Survivor. There were so many people. That's probably the most cast I've ever seen at anything. So everybody said to me, Mark, can you please make a live recapping your experience at that event? Who did you like? Who did you not like? Who did you get a chance to speak to? Who was most true to the character you saw on the TV, etc., etc. Right? So I'm like, sure. I had a little small fan base at that time. So I was like, sure, for my people, I'll do it, right? So I talk about my experience. This video is like 2 hours long. I make a video talking about how much I enjoyed meeting those cookout members. I talk about especially how much I enjoyed speaking to Hannah. I talked about having cool conversations with Cinco, with Tiffany, with Big D, with Aza, who was also there. That's the first time I met all them. And yeah, I talked about having really good experiences. So when it came to talking about Taylor and Joseph, there was like a VIP section in there. And a lot of the other people spent a lot of time on the floor where I was. But some of them spent the majority of the time in the VIP section. And I'm not saying they were there all night. I'm just saying that they were up there for a decent portion of the night, a lot of the night, really. And I did talk to Taylor for about 2 to 3 minutes. I got to tell her I enjoyed watching her on the show, that I've had bullying experiences in my life, that I connected with her. And we had a nice conversation, honestly, but I was talking to her from where I was on the floor, and she was up behind the bars of the VIP section. That's all I said. I said I didn't get a chance to see Joseph. I mean, I didn't get a chance to speak to Joseph because he was mostly in the VIP. Funny enough, I've seen Joseph like 3, 4 times since then, and every time he sees me, he's like, "Yo, what's up, Mark?" Like he likes me. He's cool with me. Um, but somebody clipped a little bit of what I said only about Taylor and Joseph. Put it on Reddit, and I was wondering, why did this video get so many views? I guess actually I was naive at the time. I was like, you know what? I'm starting to become recognized. That's what's up. Then I start logging into my Instagram. People are saying crazy things in my Instagram comment section, my DMs. They're harassing me. They're sending things on my YouTube page. They're putting crazy comments in my comment section. It took me about 3 months, 2 to 3 months to find out why. And a fan DM'd me, why are you trying to down a black queen? Why are you trying to bring her down and this and that and the other? I'm like, I was not. What are you talking about? They said, everyone told me about what you were saying on your live. What did I say? I said, what did I say on my live? I saw the clip. They showed me the clip. I said, here's the link to the video. Can you please do something for me? Watch this video beginning to end, right? Cover to cover. And if you look at this video and still share that opinion, I'm cool. Tell me, let me know. Tell me about myself. But I just want you to see the actual video in full before you give me an opinion on that. They watched the whole video, they came back, they said, Mark, I apologize. Because the things they were saying about you on Reddit do not match what I saw in this video. And that taught me my biggest lesson in this Big Brother game. It's not that you can stop me from giving opinions on things, but I'm a little more careful because of that experience, to be honest with you. I want to throw my own Big Brother party. I want to start throwing my own parties for these shows. Guests are optional. I don't want to depend on the guests for people to come. I want to start throwing my own watch parties. And I think I could do it successfully, and I want to do that. Maybe that's got to be my goal for this next upcoming year. Um, like I don't know. I just want to be as awake as long as possible for my birthday, to be honest with you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm definitely going to Tamron Hall. I don't know about Kelly Clarkson. I'm debating on that part, but I'm definitely going to Tamron Hall. Everyone has done more than Cam. Oh, you're still here, Van Hoot, or did you come back? Um, that's a general question, so I'm not sure. You mean like my upcoming year, as in what I have going on for the upcoming year? Elaborate, please. No, Lisa KO'd a minute ago. I believe so. I assume so. Because otherwise she would be active in the comments. She wasn't. She won because of, social reasons. I like her, but that's the truth. She was not a strategic Big Brother player like that. I mean, she was strategic in a way. I'm not going to say what she was doing was not strategy, but it was not like traditional Big Brother strategy. It was her playing up social aspects of the game. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not like she's in the Dan Giesling, Dr. Will type of category. She would have been a good option to drag to final three. No, I do not. I am not working again until October 8th. That's what I'm most excited about. I'm off for the next 6 days. Where does Evil Dick live? Zoom part? Please. Yo, if I can get people to watch the finale with me on Zoom, link me up for that. But I would not have the clout because I'm not a house guest. House guests can get people to do those things. Nobody's joining me and paying $25 for no Zoom party. Milfman, that comment is for you, sir, because Tasha's not here to catch these bars, but you are here. Uh, Milfman swore that dude was gonna turn it around and just become this comp beast or something, or he was gonna show his true self and his true strategy and all that. He is who he is, dog. Doo, doo. I'm listening to the feeds in the other room. I can hear them. Rubina's talking about she's excited to go on a date. Thank you. Listen, wait a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta take a picture of this. Oh, no, I don't need flash. Hold on. I gotta take a picture of this. I gotta take a picture of this. Now we only have the other half of the campaign of the campaign, which is Tasha. This is the first time I've had time off since starting this new job. I started this new job at the beginning of the year, and believe it or not, aside from like, you know, holiday time, I've been working consistently at this job for 10 months, no time off. And it's not even that much. It's like 6 days, but it's not really 6 days when you think about it. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday is 4 work days and the weekends because I always plan my trips around weekends to make sure that I get more days. I think that Cam has thrown the majority of comps. Oh, if you didn't see, by the way, I didn't really show this as it actually looks. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but Amazon has like stepped up, I guess, their marketing game a little bit. This is supposed to be like a cake, right? And this is like a slice of the cake. And the slice of the cake is an Amazon gift card. Shout out to my sister. I'll be using this expeditiously. My sister does. I thanked her earlier. She told me she hopes I have a great birthday. I'm so glad you said that. I forgot about the fact they made a second Prime Day. I'm gonna save this gift card until then. I did not think of that. Thank you, Milkman. I guess so. Yes, I am. I will be there tomorrow, 10/3. I'm gonna be in Toronto from the 3rd through the 7th. I can't wait. I got a couple of fitness competitions to do. I got some family to see, some old friends from school to see. I love Toronto. Toronto is always forever going to be my favorite city. I got to get that one too. I can't go without getting this. This is epic. This is epic, sir. This is epic, MILF man. You know what? I got to give you credit. Not everybody would sit here and admit to that, but you did. You the goat. Okay. T.O. T.O. I love T.O. Retro, I don't know. Retro is not responsive all the time. Luca's gonna spend some time in the what is the champagne room? People 10-8. Yeah, so I was gonna buy something today because I'm somewhat impulsive sometimes, but because because I'm gonna wait until Prime Day so I can get some better deals. Retro has talked about meeting up multiple times and we've never met. It would. It would. Who knows? I don't know. Her schedule, depends on what's going on. I think it's more he's not trying. I mean, not trying is throwing, in my opinion. No to Chelsea, not good husband material. Okay. The VIP section. I don't got VIP section at the Gentlemen's Club money. Maybe if I did. Maybe if your super chat was like $2,000, then I'd be like, you know what? I might do that. But with the way the money situation is looking right now, and plus it doesn't, you know how YouTube works. It's not like this money that you sent me, anyone who sent me money today or after the 20 something, it's going to be a mass, it's going to be like a payout that comes towards the end of October anyway. So the only way that I actually receive money right away is if anybody sent me a Cash App or a PayPal. Cash App and PayPal I can use right away. And YouTube payments, you only get those once a month. Now, if anyone wants to send me a Cash App, my Cash App, let me put my Cash App in it. I mean, you can see it scrolling on the screen, but my Cash App is Champ Within, right? Oh, it posted with both of my channels. Okay. And my PayPal is, hold on. You do, MILF man. And I'm honest with people. There's been months that I've gone without actually making a dime. Like, I've gone 3 months before I get one YouTube payment. So YouTube does not fund my life at all. Not even close. Cam is the guy who won't talk to the neighbor about an issue where the wife wants him to because he doesn't want to make waves. That's funny. A little bit of Monica in my life. I know a lot of people went to sleep, but thank y'all for staying up with me. Now, I have to give you guys a true 10-minute warning this time. Not because I want to leave, but because if I plan to make this Tamron Hall show tomorrow morning, there's no way that I'll be able to make it there unless I go to sleep within the next 10 minutes. It's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. I thank all of y'all for sticking with me this long. Y'all are appreciated. But I hear them talking about Taylor and what's her name, Devon, who they now call Mama Day. How old is she? She's probably about my age. Taylor. I mean, not Taylor. Devon. Correct. YouTube payments today, you cannot use today. That's a crappy part about YouTube. They will take, and not just that. So if you go on some pages and you see some content creators be like, if you want to give me money, Cash App, Zelle, PayPal is better. The reason they say that is because you can get that money without fees and you can get it immediately. So if you get the money via YouTube, they're gonna take out their cut and they only do one payout per month. So it is appreciated, but it's not money that I can use right now. Quality hang for this stream. Thank you, Big Brother Bry. Thank you, Janet. And y'all know I'm gonna have the footage. Same thing I always do. I'm gonna have some lives from the airport. I'm gonna have some lives in Toronto. I'm gonna show you some views of the city. I'm gonna show you some of my fitness competition. Um, yeah, I'm gonna show you what I'm up to. Content creator life. I do need to go to sleep, but 2 hours and I'm 2 hours and 22 minutes. So get in your last comments and I'm gonna hop off here 2:30. 1:30 time wise, but 2:30 in terms of how long this live is. I'm 37 today. Yeah, they take about 30%. I know they take 30% of super chats and super and memberships. I assume they do the same thing when it comes to super chats also. That's funny, Colleen. Oh yeah, my last visit was when was my last visit? My last visit was last December, so it's been 10 months since I last been there. I usually go before the pandemic, I was going twice a year. Now I go like once a year, but this year I'm going to be going twice. I'm going back. I'm going now and I'm going back November because my grandmother is turning 90. And I am going to be I'm going to be emceeing my grandmother's 90th birthday party, which is like, you don't know how huge of a thing that is for me because I'm so close with my grandmother. I miss her. Like, I miss being able to live there and see her often. I catch up with her on the phone as much as I can. It's not the same as being there in person. She's getting older, but to be able to like host an MC, this is the type of thing my dad would be doing if he was still alive, and he's not. So I'm going to have the honor of being able to honor the probably the woman that I respect most in this whole world that has been there since literally the first day that I was born. She was working in that hospital. She held me day one. She's been there with me through everything in my life, ups and downs, even losing my dad. She was already 88 years old at the time, and she was like my primary support system to get through that. She helped me get my first driving lessons. She helped pay for that. She was there with me when I lived in Canada when my parents moved away. And I was living in the dorm. She would call me weekly and she would send me these care packages and you know, nobody's been there more in my life than my grandma. So emotionally, financially, many different ways. So I'm looking forward to that. Even though it's not convenient to just go and then come back here and then go back a month later, I would do anything for her. Seriously. Good night, Palaver. Are you going on after this? I mean, I don't know why I'm asking that, Bry, because I should be sleeping, but just out of curiosity. Okay, I got 3 minutes left. Colleen is Cam replacing Angela for us? Angela did more than Cam. I missed something. 90 is awesome. A lot of people don't live to see that. Oh, I have to say yes. I missed whatever that is. Oh, that was the response to Milfman's last comment, I think. Colleen is Angela. Is Cam replacing Angela? Oh, you're not going on? Okay. Yeah, I think Cam and Rabina is probably a closer comparison. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And I actually y'all had me believing that Cam was gonna turn it on. Y'all had me believe in that, but I don't believe anymore. All right, we got a minute and 30. Who's gonna get in the last comments? Who's gonna get in the last comments? I love my grandma. Like I love my grandma. I'm so lucky to have a grandma that has been around this long, to be there my whole life and to just be that rock for me. We don't always agree on everything. For sure we don't always agree on everything, but that's one person I know that has my back through anything in life. She's never going to leave my side. Don't make me choke up. MILF man, sure, I'm down. Black Friday. I don't even shop on Black Friday anymore unless I happen to see a deal that I can buy online. But in terms of me going into stores on Black Friday, my dad's mother passed before I was born, but my mom's mother, staple, staple in my life. I couldn't imagine my life without her, and I don't want to. I know that that day is going to come one day, but God, please postpone that appointment for as long as possible. Okay, y'all. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I want to thank you for your support. Means a lot to me. I'm gonna jump off now, but as always, I gotta give my usual outro, which is to please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'm gonna enjoy my birthday. It's gonna be low key. I say low key as I'm gonna be on a TV set, but low key for me because it's not like I'm having a party. It's not like I'm doing anything. I don't have some elaborate plan or anything like that, but I'm gonna enjoy my day as much as I can. 1.5 hours of the 24 hours are done. I'm gonna sleep for some hours and then I'm gonna head out to the city. I'll probably jump back on live again in when I'm in the city. I mean, you guys have already seen the sights and sounds of New York City from my live if you've been on here for any amount of time. And what did Charicity say that I missed? Oh, okay. I thought it was something else. And thank you for making me feel special on my birthday. Thank you. And I will talk to y'all again soon. Oh, I'm gonna acknowledge this comment really quick. I'm genuinely very sorry to hear that. Good night, Colleen. Good night, Charicity. Good night, Janet. Good night, everybody who's on here. Thanks, MILF Man. Good night. And thanks everyone for joining. Talk to y'all soon.